Before we start, please subscribe to our channel. Now, get ready as we are about to begin. Story 1. I never thought I would be in this position, looking over my shoulder every 5 seconds and not feeling safe in my own home. It all started when I met my ex-boyfriend, Jack. At first, he seemed like the perfect gentleman. We fell in love quickly and moved in together within a few months. But things started to change soon after. Jack would become possessive and jealous, demanding to know my every move. He would throw temper tantrums and break things in the house, leaving me terrified and alone. I tried to leave him several times, but he would always find me and beg for forgiveness. It wasn't until I discovered the real reason behind our breakup that I realized just how dangerous Jack truly was. The day I found out, I was rummaging through Jack's things to find evidence of his cheating. Instead, I found an ancient grimoire that belonged to his grandmother, who was a reputed witch. As I flipped through the pages, I came across a handwritten note that caught my eye. It was from Jack's grandmother, warning him about the curse that befell their family. According to the note, a witch from a neighboring village had fallen in love with one of Jack's ancestors. When he rejected her, the witch placed a curse on his entire family, promising that they would all suffer for generations to come. I couldn't believe what I was reading. But as I dug deeper, I found out that Jack's behavior wasn't just a result of his anger issues, it was part of the curse. The note mentioned that the curse would cause the men in their family to become controlling and violent towards the women they love. I was horrified. I had to get out of there. That night, I packed my bags and left without telling Jack where I was going. I thought I was safe, but I was wrong. Over the next few weeks, I would receive texts and calls from unknown numbers, always from a man breathing heavily on the other end. Every time I answered, it was always the same voice, telling me how much he missed me and how he would do anything to get me back. But it wasn't until I started seeing shadows in my apartment that I knew something was really wrong. Every night, I would see a dark figure lurking outside my window, watching me as I slept. It was only when I saw the figure in broad daylight that I realized what was happening. The curse was coming for me. I knew I had to fight back. I researched ancient curses and witchcraft, hoping to find a way to protect myself. And then, one night, I had a dream. In the dream, I was visited by an ancient witch, who told me that she had been watching me and was impressed with my determination to break the curse. She taught me a powerful spell that would protect me from the curse and help me get rid of the shadows once and for all. The next day, I gathered all the materials I needed and cast the spell, reciting the words the ancient witch had taught me. As I finished the last line, I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders. I knew the curse had been broken. It's been a few weeks now, and I haven't seen or heard from Jack since. But I still get the feeling that I'm being watched sometimes. And when I turn around, I see nothing but shadows. Story 2. It all started with my ex-girlfriend, Anna. She was beautiful and intelligent, but she had a dark side that I didn't see until it was too late. She was obsessed with the occult and spent hours researching ancient rituals and spells. She claimed that she was trying to contact a powerful creature that she believed could give her supernatural abilities. I thought it was all nonsense, but she was convinced that it was real. One night, I woke up to find Anna standing at the foot of my bed, staring at me with an expressionless face. She was holding a small statue that looked like a grotesque, twisted version of a human figure. I asked her what she was doing and she just stared at me with those empty eyes. Then she placed the statue on my nightstand and left the room without saying a word. After that night, things started to get weird. I would wake up to find scratches on my skin, but I couldn't remember how I got them. I would hear strange noises in my apartment, like something scratching at the walls or whispering my name. I started to feel like I was being watched all the time, like something was lurking in the shadows, waiting for me to let my guard down. I tried to break up with Anna, but she refused to accept it. She would show up at my workplace, at my gym, even at my favorite bar. She would stare at me with those empty eyes, like she was trying to communicate something that I couldn't understand. I felt like I was losing my mind. One night, I came home to find Anna sitting on my couch, holding the statue in her hands. She looked at me with a twisted smile and said, "I've done it. I've summoned it." And then she was gone. That's when I first saw it. It was a creature unlike anything I had ever seen before. It was tall and thin, with long limbs and claws that glinted in the moonlight. Its face was a mass of twisted flesh, with eyes that seemed to glow with an otherworldly light. It moved with a sinuous grace, like it was made of liquid rather than flesh and bone. I tried to run, but it was too fast. It caught me and dragged me back to my apartment. And then the torture began. It would whisper horrible things in my ear, telling me how it would devour my soul and leave my body a hollow shell. It would scratch at my skin with its razor-sharp claws, leaving deep, bleeding wounds that would never heal. And always it would stare at me with those glowing eyes, like it was trying to burn its image into my mind. I don't know how long I was trapped there, but it felt like an eternity. And then, one night, it was gone. I woke up in my bed, covered in sweat and blood. The scratches on my skin had healed, but the memories of what had happened were etched into my mind. I knew that I had escaped the creature's grasp, but I also knew that it was still out there, waiting for me to let my guard down. I tried to warn Anna about what she had unleashed, but she just laughed and said that she had already gotten what she wanted. She left town soon after that, and I never saw her again. But I still feel like the creature is out there, watching me, waiting for its chance to strike. And I know that I can never let my guard down, because if I do, it will be my soul that it devours next. Story 3. I never believed in curses, at least not until I met my ex-girlfriend. Her family had a curse that had plagued them for generations. Every firstborn son would die young, no matter what they did to try to prevent it. Her brother was the most recent victim, dying at the age of 21 in a freak accident. That's when I met her, at the funeral. I should have known something was wrong with her, but she was beautiful and I was lonely, so I started seeing her. It was a mistake, a huge mistake. She was possessive, jealous, and controlling. She would show up at my work unannounced, call me at all hours of the night, and insist on coming over even when I told her I was busy. I tried to break up with her, but she just wouldn't take no for an answer. That's when things started to get really strange. I started hearing noises in my apartment when I was alone, footsteps in the hallway outside my door, and whispers in my ear. I saw shadowy figures moving out of the corners of my eyes. At first, I thought I was just tired or overworked, but it kept happening, and it was always worse when she was around. I started to wonder if it was the curse or something worse. One night, after a particularly bad fight, I went to bed exhausted. I was almost asleep when I felt something sitting on my chest, a weight that was crushing me. I opened my eyes to see a twisted, evil-looking creature, perched on top of me. It had horns and sharp claws, and its eyes were red and glowing. It hissed at me and then disappeared, leaving me gasping for breath and shaking with fear. I tried to break up with her again after that, but she just laughed and told me that it was too late, that the curse had already claimed me. I didn't believe her, but the things in my apartment just kept getting worse. I started seeing the creature more and more often, and I could feel it getting closer and closer to me. I knew I had to do something, but I didn't know what. Then one night, I had a dream. I was in a forest, and I could see the creature coming towards me. I started to run, but it was too fast. Just as it was about to pounce, a woman appeared in front of me. She was old and wrinkled, with a kind face and bright eyes. She told me that she was the witch who had cursed my ex-girlfriend's family, and that I was the key to breaking the curse. She gave me a necklace with a charm on it, and told me to wear it at all times. She said that the charm would protect me from the curse, and that I needed to destroy the source of the curse in order to break it. I woke up feeling confused and disoriented, but I knew that I had to try. The next day, I went to my ex-girlfriend's house, determined to find the source of the curse. I searched high and low, but I couldn't find anything. Then I saw a locked door in the basement. I didn't have a key, but I knew that it was where I needed to go. I broke the lock and went inside. It was a room filled with old books and strange symbols. I found the one that matched the charm on my necklace, and I knew that it was the source of the curse. I burned the book, and suddenly I could feel the weight lifting off of me. The shadows disappeared, the whispers stopped, and the creature was gone. I never saw my ex-girlfriend again. Please subscribe and pick another video from our channel to watch next.